What's up, Raider Nation? We're here with our first video. We're getting after it after this huge win, 30-6. We got to dive right into this. We all know we got rid of Josh McDaniels, brought in local Compton hero, Antonio Pierce. He got to coach against his former team, the Giants, and we dominated. Let's say it how it is. We came out, we played poised, we played hard. We haven't seen this all year. We haven't seen this in like 3 years, 4 years. So it's really exciting. I was just kind of digging through some of the stats and seeing some highlights of the game. To start off, we played against Daniel Jones, who tore his ACL. Never like to see injuries, but that helped us out. Let's be real. But we also lost to a quarterback when we played the Bears, Tyson Bagent, who had never played before and came from Division II. So I think we were all holding our breath, wondering, hey, is Tommy DeVito going to just ball out on us the same way? But he didn't. Early in the game, he got us fired up. We all saw it. He tried the elbow. Boom, he threw that into Max Crosby, and that got us amped up. I think as a rookie quarterback, he'll learn. You don't piss off the best defensive player on the other team. And by the end of the game, he got sacked 8 times, and they were unloading and teeing off on this kid. So kudos to the defense and everything they did. We're going to dive right into it too. We had a rookie quarterback who started the whole game, Aiden O'Connell. Started earlier against the Chargers. Didn't have a great outing, but didn't look very prepared. And this was the exact opposite. We fired our coach. We fired the offensive coordinator. And I never heard of the guy, Bo Hargrave. So shout out, homie Bobo. We're going to call him Bobo. Dialed up some plays. The coolest thing about this past game, I'm going to pull up some stats on the screen. So you can see we had 34 rushing attempts and 25 passing attempts. That's got to tell you, we're running the ball, we're feeding Jacobs, we're going to let the passing game open up later. We're not just going to try and pass the ball and be unsuccessful like we had been. So that was really exciting to really just set up a rookie QB to go out there and have a good game, build some confidence, and show out. Another thing I wanted to kind of point out, within that rushing attack, it was really cool to see lots of eye candy. We ran multiple reverses. Jacoby Myers got a reverse. Trey Tucker got a couple reverses. He actually had another one, but it got called back with a penalty. But we ran some really good plays to go with that. We had a long pass play of 50 yards to our rookie receiver. So it just seems like whatever we're doing, we're putting players in to make plays to win the game. We're not putting players in who we think knows our system best. It's like, hey, this guy's better. Put him in, see what he could do. And that was exciting to see. Huge shout out to the defense as well. They came out and balled out. Earlier this year, I wasn't impressed with the defense. I was actually, honestly, I thought Patrick Graham should have been fired as well. We kept him on the staff once we got rid of the McDaniels. But a different game plan. We were blitzing. We were running some bracket stuff. It looks like whatever was happening before, like we kind of just let the reins go. We start calling plays that work. We're not just going to sit back and let teams beat us until we get to the red zone to play how we did the whole game this game. So that was really cool. Within those 8 sacks, the most impressive was obviously Mad Max Crosby. He had 3 sacks this game. He's always been a top-tier player, but what made this really exciting was it wasn't just effort anymore. He's not just playing hard. He got 3 sacks. He's number 2 in the league right now with 7 total. And if you watch the game, you know he missed 1 or 2 more. So he could have easily ended up with 4 to 5 sacks and be number 1 right now in the league. but he's only one player. The rest of the D line is coming together. We're gelling. One thing I did notice was we pulled out Bilal Nichols, who was always in, it seemed like, and we started playing Adam Butler, and whatever Adam Butler and Max Crosby, they're on the same page. They're running stunt games. They're working with each other. If one comes in, the other's going out, which is really, really exciting to see. And it looks like the whole team's feeding off of it. So that was really dope. And our biggest thing right now, too, is we're making plays on the ball. We had 2 interceptions, Amik Robertson and Nate Hobbs, both of them. Very impressive. Nate Hobbs just came back from injury. Not expecting a lot from him coming back from injury. We know he's a great nickel DB, but he's been hurt so often. It was nice to see him out there. And Amik, I mean, shout out Amik. Early in the game, first, second series, he actually got beat on that deep ball and he got benched. So they benched him 3 series into the game. Brought in our rookie, Jacorian Bennett. As soon as they brought him in, they ran the same play that Amik got beat on, even though the pass was incomplete. It was just you don't give up a double move on that. Put in the rookie, and he was stride for stride. Again, he was still beat by a step, but it would have took a perfect pass. So it was nice to put in a rookie to ball out and to follow it up. A lot of players, once you get benched, you see them throw their helmet out, they check out. Not Amik. What ended up happening? Jacorian made a mistake, so they put Amik back in. And for him to make up for that play and get that interception at the goal line was huge, huge, huge. I don't think Marcus Peters is getting enough credit. I know he's dropped a ton of interceptions. He had a pick 6 last week. He could probably be leading the NFL in interceptions if he would hold on to the ball right now, but when you watch that play by Amik, amazing. They ran, it looked like it was 2 receivers on one side and the tight end, and what they did was drag 2 across the field, leaving Marcus Peters just covering grass. And instead of covering grass, which most players do, he kept getting depth, backing up, backing up, backing up. When you watch that play, he's right there with Amik all the way on the left side of the field because they ran 2 drags across the field. So just having the mental capacity to understand, hey, typically on defense, if someone's leaving, someone's coming. But because they had a rookie quarterback, they dummied down their offense to go like, hey, you're going to look at this guy, and that's it. And shout out to Marcus Peters. He kind of caught on that. He knows, hey, if someone's leaving here, this guy's a rookie. He's not going to have time to look at this read, step up, and then throw back across the field. It's just not happening. The plays dialed up for him are 1-2, throw it away. That's your job. And for him to sink all the way back and cut across the field and make that play, I thought was huge. I think the rest of the team will see that on tape too and get pretty inspired, because when you have an older guy playing like that, there's no reason the young guys can't give that kind of effort as well. So shout out to the defense on that. And special teams, complete game. We didn't miss any field goals this week. We hit a long of 46 yards. We went 3 for 3. And it's not the sexy play punting the ball, as we all know, on 4th down. But when you have 5 punts for 318 yards, that's an average of 63 yards. Most punters are averaging right now 45, maybe 50 tops. For AJ Cole to boot at 63 yards 5 different times and pin the other team way back there and force them to get an extra 15 to 20 yards every drive is huge. That could be the difference in scoring a touchdown, getting a first down, or getting a stop. And he only had 1 pinning them inside the 20. But when you're averaging 63 yards a punt, you're doing something right. Although, obviously, we don't want to be punting. We want the offense to keep moving the ball and score. But when we got to play field position, it's important to win that battle. So this was a win on all 3 phases. Offensive rookie quarterback came out, got the win, didn't make any mistakes. We didn't see any fumbles. We didn't see any interceptions. If anything, we saw a couple drop passes we're used to people making, especially for a rookie. You got to bail him out and make those plays. defense. Gave up 6 points. And they scored with 2 minutes left, garbage time. We were clearly just trying to get out of there healthy. We're not trying to stick our nose in anymore and make those plays. So shout out to them. And then special teams. Amazing. When you play great on all three phases, it comes from the top. We just got a new coach this week. Shout out to our man, Antonio Pierce. I mean, to start your press conference saying, I was born a Raider, I grew up in Compton, I got the starter jacket, we was bumping NWA, this is what I am. It gave me the goosebumps, right? It gave me the chills. But it's one thing to say it and then preparation kicks in for the full week, and then to see that in the players. That was what was most important, is the players showed his grit, his attitude, his LA Compton swag. Like, we've been playing, we haven't played with any swag until this game. And then to close the game out, the whole team is smoking cigars in the locker room. That was pretty fun. A little excessive for me because it's only one game, but I think it's the bigger picture of celebrating, hey, we're going to do it our way, and a win's a win. Being Raider fans, we've had some tough years. We can't sit here and say, oh, well, they won, but they shouldn't do this or that. Like, if we're winning, we're celebrating. I think that's important, to really just show who you are, what you're about. Even Max Crosby said it. He said, hey, I'm sober for a year. Everyone knows he had his drinking problems, and he's still lighting up that cigar after the game, celebrating with everyone, from the punter to the kicker to the staff. I mean, that was just incredible. So shout out Antonio Pierce. The Jets game just ended. They got pummeled. Not sure how they're going to come out this week. It's a short week for them. We play the Chargers really tough. So for the Chargers to put up 27 points against the Jets, which is the number one defense in the NFL, we got to show up to play. They're either going to be pissed off or they're going to fold, because Zach Wilson is just not playing the best. And you got Aaron Rodgers sitting on the sideline and everyone's staring at him, but he's not playing. So you could just feel the rift in that team, similar to what we had with our coach. So we got to come out and capitalize. We cannot lose this Sunday night game at home with a new coach after coming off a win, especially with the respect he treated the players. Antonio Pierce gave them Monday and Tuesday off and said, I'll see you Wednesday. When you watch reports, Josh McDaniels hadn't given him a day off in 2 years. They win this game, they already have a day off, go hang out with the family, go enjoy life. And as Raider fans, we all know, we checked in, we tuned in today. What did we see? Even though they had the day off, Max Crosby in the building, getting treatment, training. He's out here talking to Divine Diablo in the building, treatment, training. So we have the day off, but yet our best players are in the facility doing things to take care of their body, physically and mentally, to be ready to play this week. And we just didn't see that the last almost 2 years. We had players who were injured, and when Pierce came in, they're still injured, but they suited up and they played a few plays and did their thing. So he's tapping into something that we haven't seen, where you're going to bring out the best in people and you're going to bring out the maximum effort. If someone is hurt, but they go, Coach, I got a play or two in, Antonio Pierce is going to get that play out of them and be successful with it. So that was super exciting. Taking a peek at this Jets for this upcoming game right here, Zach Wilson, 33 of 49 for 263 yards. So they're passing the ball a ton. I don't know why they wouldn't run with Breece Hall, which brings me to my concern this week against the Jets. We couldn't stop the run against the Giants. They were running all over us. Breece Hall's a dynamic back, so we need to make sure we're loading the box and he doesn't pop off like that. I want to see Zach Wilson throw 49 passes next Sunday in Vegas. I do not want to see Breece Hall running the ball 25, 30 times a game, because I don't know if we'll be able to stop him. So hopefully we can load the box, kind of take this blueprint that the Chargers provided and how to get this win in a dominating fashion. Garrett Wilson is going to get his, but tough game. Let's take a look. 3 fumbles by Zach Wilson, a fumble by Garrett Wilson, no interceptions. That's a tough game. I don't think he's going to fumble 3 times against us, so I think it's going to be a lot closer of a game, but we'll see. But this is our first video. We're just checking in. Shout out to the Raiders. Shout out Silver and Black. We're rocking the Crenshaw shirt. We're going to be at the game this Sunday Night Football. We'll take some pics and show you. We'll be at the 40-yard line, second row. I'm going with some Raider fans and some Jets fans, so it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of banter, and we'll definitely have a recap and upload some footage of that. But until then, there's only one nation, Raider Nation. Let's go. Holla.